actually, I'm here to enter into conversation with another writer to talk about my new novel, The Kid, and maybe hopefully literature in general and America. The Kid actually is the novel about a young African-American male, and I think while it's very particular to New York, it is a universal thing. It's about a young kid whose mother has died of AIDS and is now basically in some ways an emancipated minor, which is a euphemism for being homeless and on the street and trying to make his way in the world. You know what I mean? It's in a way it's the oldest time. It's a modern day Oliver Twist. It is an African American kid trying to make it, basically. It's really deep, the response. I was at a reading in Lansing, Michigan, and one woman just, she says, I've never heard anything like this before in my life. She's literally on one side of the room. And another woman who is a psychiatric social worker raised her hand and said, I see it every day. So it depends on where you're coming from. For some people, this will be shocking. For other people, it will be all too common, and they'll be happy that some of this is starting to be laid on the table. I'm actually looking more for the woman who said, I see this every day, and then from there, a plan of action, what we can do about it. Because the people who are in shock, what can they do but be in shock and try to come to reality? That could take them 10 years. But for the woman who's saying, I see it every day, I try to tell people about it, nobody believes it, this book opens up things more and moves people toward dialogue and can be really effective. So I'm not trying to bowl people over or shock them in a certain kind of way. People talk about negative portrayals in the film Precious, but there is nothing in the film Precious that wasn't real. And there are people who come to me and, there's another community of people who come to me and talk about Precious or the novel Push that it was based on and said, you haven't really told it like it is. It's much tougher than that. A little girl who had gone through what Precious went through would not have survived. We think you know what I mean? So there are people who don't feel I've delivered enough reality, but I'm not here to kill the reader. I'm here to take them through some dark spaces and hopefully come out with more strength. I'm not here to just clobber them to death, but it's that hard. Life is that hard for many, many young people. I'm actually dead in the middle, and I'm surprised it's such a good novel, because I always thought it was just an old stoogey thing. I'm reading Vanity Fair, and it's so cool. You know what I mean? It is so cool. And I'm took the time was so struck by a part of it. I took the time to write a kind of an essay. There's a part in it where Rebecca, literally, one of the heroines, she's just a little female pimp, but she has a servant girl who nursed her baby, as the white women in the South would have the black women nurse their babies. And in the South, they were slaves, so you just nurse this white woman's baby. Well, Rebecca does the same thing, only to a lower class servant girl, and she skips out without paying her. So you have someone giving their breast milk to your child and you don't pay her. I had never read anything like that before, so it's amazing, and I thought this was one of those books in the canon for no reason at all.